Alrighty guys, we are back. I am Morthadon, and we are watching more Reincarnated as a Slime. Yes, we did already finish the series, but there are two OVAs, and we are going to be watching the first one right now. I tend to like to watch all the content that shows have to offer, especially when I watch them as reactions like this. I spend a lot of time on them, you know? It was, 24 episodes long for the original show, so that's 24 weeks, aside from any weeks I had to take off for any reasons, that I've spent, watching this show. So I just really wanted to watch these, and I know sometimes you guys really love these to be watched too for some shows. If this is one, I don't know. I didn't have any requests for it in the comments, but yeah. My labeling's a little weird, so I think this is the first one. I didn't want to look anything up, so I'm not entirely sure, but I'm assuming this is the first one. Hopefully they don't chain off each other, like OVA 1 leaves on a cliffhanger and OVA 2 finishes it, and if I watch OVA 2 first, I'm screwed, you know? But I don't think that's going to be the case, because that's not usually the case for OVAs, so yeah. I have no idea what time period these fall into, because they could be like halfway through the show, they could be right at the beginning, they could be after the end, you know? So we'll just have to try to piece it together by what we see going on, you know? And we'll figure it out as we go. But I'm looking forward to this. I don't have much more to say, so I won't waste any more of your... Oh, last thing I want to say. Actually, I do have more to say. The poll ended to replace this show. It ended in a tie. So between now and after OVA 2, I'm going to try to release a video of... I'm going to try to think of the best way that I can do a tiebreaker that I show you guys doing my tiebreaker. I think that'd be a good idea. Not that... I don't think any of you guys would get angry and say, like, oh, I just picked whatever my favorite was. But what I plan on doing is just, like, a random number generator between, like, 1 and 2, and assigning 1 to one of the shows and 2 to another one of the shows, and then running it real fast. It won't be a long video, but at least it'll show you guys, like, me doing it on camera, so that way you guys can see it, sort of thing. And sure, people could still say if they wanted to that I edited it or something and to make it look like that, but anyways, that's the best I can do. I'll try to think of the best way to do it to make it, like, the most, like I don't edit it, because I'm not going to, obviously, but, you know, whatever. Anyways, let's jump into this episode, shall we? Enough of that. Alrighty, so for you full-lengthers, we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. Interesting, we're back at the Ifrit? Could this be an alternate ending, or is this just letting you know the timeline of where it's at? Consume! Oh no! Are we gonna find out what happens in here? That would be so cool. By the way, I also have coffee. I forgot to mention this in the intro, so I'll be sipping on this a bit. Oh, the glowy eyes. Oh no, there's only one. Oh, it's a side shot, that's why. I think this is more than we got before. I think we might actually get to see... Maybe we did see that. Shoot. Freaking Veldor. Yeah, we're seeing more. This definitely didn't happen before. At least this part. Ah. Was consuming me not enough? Are they gonna play Shogi? No way. That's so Veldora. Interesting. So he somehow got a hold of the game through Rem's memories, I guess? What the hell? Alright, intro time. So, a Shogi match between Veldora and the Ifrit. Ifrit, however you say it. I've never known. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You do 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 do. So I just realized they gave us the second intro. Although, if this whole OVA is a shogi match between Veldora and the Ifrit, it might not matter what time period we're at, except for the fact that it's obviously after the Ifrit part. Yeah. Tales, Veldora's Journal. Why are we getting like a recap of what happened while he explains? Okay. Okay. Yep. Of course, the Rook. I don't know Shogi, by the way, guys. So a lot of the Shogi stuff is gonna go right over my head. But yeah, I know how to play chess, and I know it's somewhat close, but I don't know about like all like the upgrading stuff. And I know like the pieces can be upgraded, and also like you can take other people's pieces and like put them on your board or your side of the board or something like that. Somehow, I don't know how all that works, but basically the extent of shogi that I know is from watching Thurigatsu no Lion, I think is the Japanese name, but March comes in like a lion. What did you do? He practiced using his voice. Impressive, Lord of Eldora. Oh god. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have done that before. I made like a phone call. I've not talked for so long that I've actually like had to say something to make sure that I didn't need to like clear my throat or something. It's actually kind of funny that he mentions that. I'm guessing I'm not the only one that does that too. Are you free? It was awesome sauce. What is up with this episode? That's when he got his name, Klimeru Tempest. He agreed. What the heck? Yeah. Oh, yes. And never be alone again as it's shown like Shizu's death stuff, so many feels welling up inside. Aw. Hmm. Yeah. Kind of cool seeing like the Ifrit's point of view and all that a little bit. He's doing two things at once. He's multitasking. I'm not sure what it means, but Rimuru said it. I like how they had to add in that little like check to remind you guys that remind us that they're still playing. Aww. Just a few months. They've been playing for months. God damn it, Veldora. Ah. It took them like months, 2 months to let go of the handicaps. I don't think he's learning very fast then. Yeah. Nakama. So I guess this OVA is supposed to be watched after you're done the show, I think, because this is like... We're up to like 80% of the show being recapped here, so... General contracting. It's like a mixer. I just realized the way Veldora is talking, it's like... This is a recap for us, but this is the time passing for Veldora and Ifrit. They're sitting there playing Shogi, and he's keeping the Ifrit updated on what Rim's doing, right? Lord Veldo like that? Do ya like that? What? Do you like that? Vel, do you like that? Is that what it was supposed to be? What the heck? Passion. Oh god, what's happening? Yeah, they've teased that a bit. Girls sure are scary. That sacred text. How does the Ifrit know about manga? I thought Veldora was supposed to be telling him about all that stuff. No spoilers. They're still holding hands! Yep. They'll do you like that. God damn it, Veldora. Veldora didn't say anything about that. He would have if it wasn't something they're gonna touch on in the future. I mean, obviously they're gonna touch on that in the future, but I find that funny that that was like the one silent time in this entire like recap thing where Veldora wasn't going on a rant. That was essentially showing how important that one little bit that happened was. Oh, Chloe. Check. Oh. Checkmate. There's no waiting. You have a trick for getting out of checkmate? I don't know what that means for Shogi, unfortunately. Oh, okay, they explained it. Okay. You think I'd be bound with rules? Okay, so that's not even a real thing in Shogi. Okay. Poor Veldora. What is he doing? Are you trying to sing your way out of this? A review match. God damn it, Veldora. Oh, there. I feel a strange apprehension. Alright, that's the end. Do 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 do. I really like the outro song. The intro song is good too, but I like this one a lot. I found myself like instantly into it when I was like listening to the music. But yeah, we'll have a little bit of a discussion. There are a few things I want to talk about that are just like silly fun things, but the discussion probably won't be super long. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright. And that is the end of the first OVA, guys. At least I think that was the first OVA. Honestly, not entirely sure. But that being said, guys, that was a very it was fun. They did very fast dialogue in order. It was basically a recap episode, but they threw in dialogue of essentially showing us what Veldora and the Ifrit were doing while they were inside that space, which is something we never got an answer to. Which is interesting that they decided to... I guess it was such a trivial matter, like not very important to the story, and so they decided to throw it in an OVA of Veldora and the Ifrit playing Shogi together, which is something that Veldora knows of from Rimuru's homeworld, he said. So he managed to get that from Rimuru's memory. I don't know if Rimuru showed it to him, or if Veldora is just strong enough to pull that from Rim's memory since he's like inside him, you know? Not sure. But I don't think it really matters too much, the answer to that. But he taught the Ifrit how to play, and also he was kind of narrating all of Rimuru's adventures after the Ifrit part to the Ifrit, so he could like kind of see. And it almost seemed like the Ifrit was saying he worshipped the Demon Lord Leon, and that because of that he wasn't a good match for Shizu. And it almost sounded like he felt bad about that, you know? It was like he didn't want it to turn out the way it did, but it just happened to. You know, because I guess you could interpret it that, you know, the Fire Ifrit was trying to, like, burst out and cause mayhem just because he's evil. But maybe it was just that, like, they weren't compatible, you know? And it wasn't, like, the Ifrit wasn't really, like, evil at all, you know? But he did worship a demon lord, but we've also noticed that not all the demon lords are, like, really evil, you know? Obviously, they make Leon out to be evil, but the only evil thing we've seen him do is summon people from another world, like summon Shizu. I think that's all we've seen him do. Well, no, he did vaporize that girl and the animal because they went to the castle. Okay. Yeah, no, they did make him out to be more evil. So yeah, never mind. Yeah, he is evil. The Ifrit worshipped him, so I guess that pretty much does make the Ifrit evil. But it was pretty cool seeing like the Ifrit kind of make like seem apologetic about everything that happened afterwards, you know. But anyways, I thought it was so funny the part where he's like, "Oh, I'm a great fire spirit, you know, so I'm, like, always warm," or whatever he said. And Veldora's like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, you want to feel?" And they, like, touch each other. He's like, "Oh, you're warm." And he's like, like they do like a whole conversation, then he's like, can you stop holding my hand now? So apparently they were just holding hands for like the longest time, and he's like, but you're warm. It was so funny. That was great. It was a nice touch. And then the whole made up piece, since I don't know Shogi, I was like, okay, Emperor, maybe he really can get out of this. It can make 2 moves. Thanks for explaining to the audience, for those of them that don't know how to play Shogi. And I'm like, okay, cool, he can make that move. And then the Ifrit's like, that's not in the rulebook. And I'm like, oh no, Veldora, you got me too. That was pretty funny as well. And then I mentioned it during the reaction, and I'm sure I kept it in, but I'll just briefly mention it again. The part where they were putting the spirits in the kids towards the end, and the big, like, future spirit or whatever came out to go into Chloe, and Veldora just had nothing to say about it. Like, Veldora even had something to say about the end chick or dude, I can't tell which one that is, but had nothing to say about that spirit, which is interesting. I'm very interested in that kind of thing. So I'm not sure if I'll ever know, because I'm the kind of person that wants to wait to be sure that there isn't gonna be a season 2, right? And that means I'm gonna wait, years and years. And then by then, I'm probably not going to want to bother reading the manga at that point. I'm going to have, like, so forgotten, like, most of what's happened. But anyways. But yeah, guys, I mean, I think that pretty much sums up everything I got to say about this. It was really funny. It was a lot of reading. I definitely missed a lot of jokes. I'm sure I missed a lot of parts, especially when I was stopping to, like, talk and explain. The text was just moving a mile a minute. This is going to be interesting editing, because I need to find... What I do with editing is I try to find, like, points that make sense to cut off, and then, like, points that make sense to start up again, so I can cut, like, chunks out of the video to get it down to the time frame that I keep these videos at. So it's definitely going to be interesting with the text moving that fast. It might be a pain to edit this, I'm not sure, but I basically need to rewatch this whole thing and reread all this all over again while editing. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed me watching this. I'm sure a lot of you probably didn't even come and watch this, just because it is pretty much a recap episode, so I'm sure you guys didn't waste your time. But if you did, I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. You can also check the description, where you can find a link to my Patreon. And on my Patreon, if you become a patron, depending on the tier that you subscribe to, you can get access to either early access, so you can see an episode ahead of time for any of my shows, or you can get full-length access as well, which is basically a timer based, where you sync your footage along with the timer that I put up, and you watch the entire episode with me, instead of just watching, like, the cut up thing that I cut down to, like, 12 minutes or so each time. But yeah, guys, and that's for all of my videos, all of my past videos too. So if you start anything and you want to be like, oh, I want to watch this in full length, you could become a patron for a month, binge watch the whole thing, and then unsubscribe or something if you wanted. But yeah, guys, anyways, regardless of all that, thank you for watching, and I will see you for OVA 2 next week. Bye-bye.